So this is the NearStream VM20. It's a 4K streaming camera with an impressive spec. You've got a 10 times optical zoom, 40 times in hybrid mode, 4K video, AI noise cancelling mics, HDMI, Ethernet, USB-C. Basically, it's got most of the practical features that you need. Now, here's the thing. I don't really stream that much. Not in that live for 3 hours on Twitch yelling at the world kind of way. But I do make YouTube videos and I spend too much time on Zoom and occasionally want to look vaguely professional on camera. And this isn't your average webcam. It's trying to be something a lot smarter. So the real question is, if you're not a streamer, is this completely unnecessary or actually kind of brilliant? Let's take a look. Hello and welcome to the Whirly Bloke channel. This feels very solid. It's not too heavy, it's not too plasticky. In fact, it's just about right. And this matte finish is very clean and professional looking. It's got no weird sort of gamer LEDs or flashy branding on it. And on the back here, it's got the external mic input. You've got a USB-C to power this if you want to power it separately. There's an HDMI output, a USB-C video out, so you can connect this to your computer for streaming or to your A10 Mini, and there's a network connection. Now, there's no SD card slot on this, so if you were hoping to record directly in camera, you'll need to find another way of doing that, but it's pretty simple. Inside here, there's a 1/2.8 CMOS sensor, which is capable of up to 4K at 30 frames a second or 1080p at 60 frames a second. And you can switch resolution either in the software or through the streaming app. So here's a 4K output, 30 frames a second, ungraded, outdoors, straight out of the VM20. And honestly, I think it looks pretty good. It's a sharp image, the colours are well balanced, and it actually looks very reasonable. The dynamic range holds up pretty nicely too, especially in softer indoor lighting, which is exactly where most webcams tend to crumble. If you look on the front here, you've got the 10 times optical zoom, which is impressive for this type of camera. And you can switch this into hybrid mode, which will give you 40 times zoom, which is a mixture of digital and optical zooming. There's a power LED on the front, which doubles as a tally light when you're recording. And then on the bottom, there's a 1/4-20 screw, so you can just put it straight onto your tripod. They also include this remote, and this gives you full control over the pan, tilt, zoom, exposure, focus, some AI settings, and you can save up to 3 presets on here. So it's basically like a little robot camera that does what you ask. And the panning and tilting is done by cropping in on the image and then just moving it around. It's quite clever. Now for the audio, and this is where it sort of gets interesting, it's got this array of 8 microphones along the top here, and it's got AI noise cancellation. Now it claims it'll pick up from 16 feet away, which is about 3 times further than I'd ever want to be from a microphone. It sounds very impressive on paper, but how does it actually hold up? So let's do a bit of a legibility test. I've got my AX700 set up over here, and that's recording audio from this Shure MVL lav mic. And over here, I've got the VM20. They're both about 1 meter from my face, and the VM20 is recording audio on its array of 8 mics. So let's test how good the audio actually is. Let's try the VM20 first. Joe took Father's shoe bench out, she was waiting at my lawn. Joe took Father's shoe bench out, she was waiting at my lawn. Now, if you listen to the audio on the VM20 compared with the AX700 through a good lav mic, it's clearly not as good. It's never going to beat a lav mic or a shotgun mic. But I think it's actually pretty good. So let's do another test, and I'll do a bit of post-processing and voice isolation on the audio from VM20. Joe took father's shoe bench out. She was waiting at my lawn. Joe took father's shoe bench out. She was waiting at my lawn. You know what? I don't think that's too bad considering it's just pretty much a super webcam. And if you're doing pieces to camera or quick interviews, because it's so fast to set up, the VM20 does a pretty good job. Now, for context, I mainly shoot with camcorders, my Sony AX700 or NX800, because I worked out years ago, I'm not making Hollywood films or TV. I'm making simple YouTube videos. I don't need interchangeable lenses or cinematic blurry backgrounds. I just want to put the camera on a tripod, hit record and get started. I mean, I've got enough trouble walking and talking without having to worry about focus, white balance, lens settings and a whole load of other nonsense. And I'd rather let my gear do the heavy lifting for me. And in that setup, the VM20 actually makes a lot of sense. Over the past couple of weeks, I've used it for Zoom calls, recorded tutorials as a main and an overhead camera, and thanks to the HDMI out, you can feed it straight into an A10 Mini or any capture card and get great quality without all the usual mucking about. Or you could just plug it into your Mac and use QuickTime to record the video and the audio. A few caveats. Like I said, there's no internal recording. There's no SD card, no bundle software. So you'll need OBS, Zoom or something similar to actually capture video. But at $261, it's not exactly cheap. But when you compare it to similar Pro PTZ style cameras from Elgato, Obspot or PTZ Optics, you're actually getting quite a lot for the money. And NearStream have got a 13% discount offer at the moment, so it could be quite tempting. As I went into this review, I wasn't really sure if this VM20 was for me. After all, I'm not a full-time streamer, so why would I need a streaming camera? But after a week of testing, it turns out it is for me. It's not just a streamer cam, it's a productivity cam, it's a teaching cam, it's a YouTube cam, it's a plug it in and get on with it cam. And if you're a content creator, a teacher, a remote speaker, or just someone who's done faffing about with fiddly gear, this could be a very tidy upgrade. If this helped, give it a thumbs up and maybe subscribe and let me know what you think of this in the comments. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.